For most of us, when we go to the dealership and we start talking shop with our salesperson, we are at a loss because that salesperson has a lot of words, dealership words, that we don't understand. And I think that if you, as the consumer, understood what more of these words meant, that you'd probably save a lot more money the next time you're car shopping. Unfortunately, a lot of us are very familiar with what negative equity is. This is the result of you owing more for your vehicle than what it's worth. Positive equity is the exact opposite of that. If you only owe $10,000 and the dealership's offering you $15,000 for your vehicle, you now have $5,000 in positive equity. Now, typically the dealership will just assume that you're going to use your positive equity as a down payment. A lot of you don't know that you can actually tell them, if there's no down payment requirement, that you want all of that back in a check. Let's say you're buying a $20,000 vehicle and you have $5,000 in positive equity that would have been applied as down payment. You don't have to do that. You can finance the entire $20,000 and ask them to write you a check for the difference of what your vehicle was worth compared to what you owed. Next, let's talk about employee pricing. You might know it as supplier discount, an X plan, whatever you're calling it. It's basically the manufacturer giving special pricing to special people, employees of the company, family members of employees of the company, and other businesses that have a deal set up with the manufacturer. These prices are generally really good. They come all the way down to invoice pricing. However, if you ask the dealership when you're using one of these pricing plans, if there's any discounts beyond that, they always tell you no. Why I'm mentioning this is because in all the deals I've been negotiating recently that have a supplier discount or an X plan, I'm actually able to negotiate a better deal, cheaper than what they're able to get with their X plan. So sometimes it's not the best way to go. Next is hassle-free or haggle-free dealerships. All they're basically saying is you cannot negotiate here. The price that we are advertising is the price that you're paying plus taxes and fees. Because price is not up for discussion at a no haggle dealership, they do put a lot of effort and time into making it a pleasant experience and as quick and painless as possible. So if you're somebody who has a lot of anxiety, you don't like to negotiate, and you just want to know you're getting a pretty good deal, you don't really care if it's the best deal, but you want to get in and out and have as little interaction with the dealership as possible, this might be the best option. Even though we can't negotiate the price, we can definitely negotiate the price of our trade-in. We don't have to accept the number they give us right out the gate. There can be some haggling and some back and forth. Now, typically, I'm not going to ever shop at a no haggle dealership. I can find a dealership that's close to that price that will negotiate and get below their no haggle price. So I also think it's kind of reinforcing bad behavior. I think if we keep buying from places like that, then that business model is going to catch on, and eventually we're going to have no place to shop where we can negotiate. Please feel free to put any words you can think of in the comments that I haven't done already, and I'll be happy to put them in my next post. I'll be doing one of these weekly, so stay tuned.